I think it's really funny how this video comes out like a week or so after the announcement for new Monkey Ball game. Very topical. It's still old. You know, in fact... Welcome to Too Late... Never mind. If you want a more in-depth video on how badly the state of Monkey Ball has been in, I'd recommend Sodacrab's video. He does an incredible job outlining the history and the rest of the games. I'm just here to cover the game that I was super hyped for and got super disappointed in a shitty way. Because this is my first video review. Super Monkey Ball was something the Monkey Ball series desperately needed. A revival. Aside from 1, 2, and Deluxe, all of the games are just kinda stinky. I'll cut to the shit, mainly because I'll be here for a while if I talk about each individual game, and like I said earlier, there's a better video for that. Basically, most of the games are mediocre and didn't feel like what I thought the first games were supposed to feel like, an arcade platformer. Doesn't help that the first original game was also an arcade game. Never mind. The challenge mode feels just like that, with limited lives and seeing how far you can get or how high of a score you can get. The story mode basically just boils down to getting familiar with the levels. As per the arcade feel, the music fucks. Just listen to it. I care too much about VGM, but hey, you gotta have a good OST to accompany a good game, right? Banana Mania is basically a return to form for Monkey Ball. It's basically a remake of Deluxe, which is just a package of 1 and 2 for a newer console, which I believe is the PS2. I don't have that version. Anyways. Banana Mania includes all the minigames from 1 to Deluxe, as well as the stages from 1 and 2. The controls feel good, and the new music is good, but the more I played it, the more I got frustrated with it. The game does so many things right, but... God, where do I begin? While I did say the VGM is good, it really doesn't hold a candle to the original. This is more of a nitpick, but while I did expect that the VGM isn't going to blow me away, I didn't expect them to just fully throw the old soundtrack and just make completely new ones. I kind of just expected them to fully remaster the tracks, make it sound better, but I mean, there are some callbacks in the new OSTs, but in my opinion, it completely lacks the original's oomph. Sucks that having the original OST is blocked by a damn paywall, thanks Sega. And much like the music too, I feel like the sound effects also lack the punch it deserves. Notice how you just don't hear the sound effects in the new game, but in the old one, there's that snappiness, that loudness. Yeah. Arguably, the most crucial part of any Monkey Ball game is the physics. 1, 2, and Deluxe completely nails it. It feels like you're moving the stage itself to get to the ball in the end. Everything feels like how it should move, and the difficulty is just right. The game progresses incrementally with you as you learn the physics and the mechanics of the game.
Ready? Go!
In this game, however,
fall out. Ready? Go!
the game feels fucking slow. Like, you look at both of those are the same fucking stages, right? It feels slow. The camera looks worse. I don't know what to tell you, man. The physics are just off. It feels like you're basically moving the monkey ball itself instead of the stage, which, while yes, it does make the controls better overall, the stages itself just feels like a joke. The stages I had trouble with in the original are cleared with no effort in this game. I'd say the best showcase of the physics engine is with Monkey Target, with the original and Banana Mania. It's completely different.
Ready? Go!
And surprisingly, the camera kind of feels off too. How it just completely works against you, and even turning on the camera controls so I can actually move the controls or the camera doesn't help too much either. Graphics, I mean, I don't really care much about graphics, so I'm not confident in my ability to judge it, but I mean, I like the new art style. It feels stylized and fresh, but maybe it's nostalgia speaking, but I still vastly prefer the original. Don't get me wrong, the game is great. In fact, the game did well enough to get a new entry announced, which I don't know if I'll be buying. Maybe if my friends like it, but either way. The addition of checklists for Banana Mania boosts replay value for the stages, which really, quote-unquote, gives incentives to get good. But I'd much rather have the old physics engine with the new stages than, you know, whatever we got here. If I had to give it a score, if I'm grading it by its own merits, I'd say it's a 7 or 8. It's a good game, but since it's a remake, I'm comparing it to the original. And if I am comparing it to the original, I'd give it no more than a 5. It's not great. Honestly, just play the original. It's way better overall, and I like it.